Hi everyone, today on the final episode of Paneer series, we are going to make this restaurant style Paneer Korma. This recipe is sure to please your guests, plus I will be sharing a secret ingredient with which you will be able to bring that typical restaurant flavor to this Paneer Korma at home. If you missed the previous episode of the Paneer series and instructions on how to make paneer at home like a pro, check out my previous videos. So, starting with the prep, which takes about 10 minutes for this recipe. Let's get to some chopping first. I'm going to peel and dice one big white onion, one green chili. You will have to adjust the quantity based on your spice preference and how spicy the chili is. Going to peel and chop 4 cloves of garlic. Smashing it with a knife first makes it easier to peel. Then I'm going to peel this 5 cm piece of ginger by scratching the skin off with a knife and then chopping it. You don't have to be very precise, chopping them roughly is okay as we will be blending them later on. That was all for the chopping part. Now let's move on to preparing a spice mixture. Here is a bowl with 1 cup, that is 200 grams of full fat yogurt. To this bowl I am going to add 1 teaspoon of coriander powder, 1/8 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon of deghi red chili powder or Kashmiri red chili powder. Feel free to adjust the quantity according to your spice preference. Half teaspoon of green cardamom powder, 1/8 teaspoon of cinnamon powder, 1/4 teaspoon of white pepper, and 1 teaspoon of Himalayan salt. Mix to combine everything together. Once everything is well combined, put it aside until needed. Now we can move on to the cooking process, which takes about 30 minutes. For that, I am putting a big non-stick pan on medium heat, adding 1 teaspoon of ghee into it and letting it melt. Once the ghee has melted, I am going to add my homemade paneer, which I have cut into cubes, attaching the recipe on the right hand corner for you to check out. This is about 300 grams of paneer. We'll let it fry for 2 to 3 minutes on one side and let it develop a golden brown crust and then change sides. You don't need to fry on all sides. Frying from 2 to 3 sides is good enough for us. Now the paneer looks done. I'm going to transfer it onto a plate and keep it aside. Coming back to our pan, adding 1 tablespoon of ghee into it and letting it melt. Once hot, I am adding my chopped onion, chili, ginger and garlic and sauteing it for 2 to 3 minutes on medium heat until the onion just starts to develop brown edges. Keep in mind that we don't want to fully brown the onion. Just when the edges start to turn brown, we are going to add our yogurt and spice mix. Now this step requires a little patience. You have to stir and cook this mixture until almost all the liquid has gone and oil starts to appear on the surface. This will take about 4 to 5 minutes. This step ensures that our spices release their aroma nicely into the curry and get properly cooked. Once the liquid has almost dried out and my mixture is looking glossy like this, I am going to add about 10 cashew nuts along with 1 cup, that is 200 milliliters of water into the pan. Mixing it nicely, then I will cover it and let cook on medium heat for about 5 minutes. Once 5 minutes are up, I am taking it off heat and transferring the mixture into a bowl to let it cool down enough to be put into a blender. If you are using a stab mixer, you don't have to wait for it to cool down. Now that the mixture has slightly cooled down, I am transferring it to my blender jar and making a smooth paste. Transferring the blended mixture back to my pan and turning the heat on low. Once it starts to bubble, I am going to add 200 grams of cream, that is known as schlagsahne in German, along with half teaspoon of kasuri methi. These are dried fenugreek leaves. You will find them at any Indian store. And 1/4 teaspoon of my homemade garam masala. You can also use good quality store-bought garam masala as well. Giving it a good mix. Now is a good time to do a taste check and add more salt, garam masala or chili if needed. You could also add 1 teaspoon or 2 of brown sugar to balance out the flavors a little. Next, I am going to add my fried paneer to the pan. I am stirring gently to combine the paneer together with the curry. Just give it a minute or two on low heat, stirring occasionally so everything comes together nicely. Now turn off heat and we are going to add one ingredient, that secret ingredient to give this paneer that typical restaurant flavor. This is kewra water that you could find at Indian stores. 1 teaspoon of it is enough for the quantity that we are making today. Adding the kewra water after turning off heat ensures that it retains its maximum aroma. Mixing it again gently before we are ready to serve it. Okay, so now it's ready to be served. Let's plate it. See how creamy and luscious our restaurant style Paneer Korma looks. I wish you could smell the wonderful aroma as well. I like it the best with naan, but you could also serve it with chapati or rice. I hope you enjoyed all the episodes of Paneer series. Do let me know if you make any of the recipes. Your feedbacks make me really happy. I will see you next week with a brand new recipe. Until then, bye bye and take care.